Sound check. Testing 1, 2. Sound check. We're having to keep the sound low because they're playing the music extremely loud and we don't want to get flagged on YouTube. We'll have the sound down for a couple more minutes. We're about 10 minutes away from tip-off. The Cyclone boys against Sylvan Hills. Welcome, Cyclone fans. The Cyclones and Lady Cyclones taking part in the second round of the V-Town Showdown here at Vilonia. The Lady Cyclones lost earlier today. They will still get to play on Saturday, but they lost 63-55. Not really indicative of how the game went. The Lady Cyclones fell behind 11-0 right off the bat, and then scored the very next 13 points to take a 2-point lead. They're playing Nettleton in the second round and went back and forth. Lady Cyclones would never take the lead again once the second quarter got underway, but they were right there. They trailed by a point at halftime. They had cut it to 5 as close as they got in the fourth quarter, ended up losing by 8. Jasmine Garcia had 24 points for the Lady Cyclones. She was the only Lady Cyclone in double figures. Lizzie Harrison had a career high 9 points in the game. Last game of today pits the Russellville Cyclones against the Bears of Sylvan Hills. The Bears got here by winning on Monday night 69-45 over Lisa Academy North. Sylvan Hills is 5-1 on the season. Your Russellville Cyclones are 3-1 on the season. They defeated Clinton here on Monday 57-37 in a game in which they never trailed. Zayden Williams fouled out but still had 21 points in the game. Caleb Campbell with 14 points in the game. Mentioned Cyclones, after losing their season opener, have won the last 3. And should they win tonight, they'll go to the championship game. That'll be on Saturday. If they lose, they'll play Saturday at the next to last game of the day in a third place game is what I'm trying to say. We won't know who Russellville plays after we conclude tonight, because the game that matters to them actually is going to be played at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. But we can tell you, if Russellville wins, they'll play at 8 p.m. on Saturday night in the finals, and they'll play the winner of Vilonia and Valley View. If they lose this game, they'll play the loser of Vilonia and Valley View, and that game will be at 5:20 p.m. on Saturday. Our girls will play at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, and the game they're interested in will be tomorrow. As I know it's Mountain View and Lakeside. They'll get the loser of that game, and that game's going to be at 4 o'clock tomorrow. So we'll know and be able to update you on our Facebook page who the Lady Cyclones and Cyclones are playing. But when we conclude tonight, we'll be able to tell you when both teams are playing. We know the girls playing at 10 o'clock on Saturday. The boys, we're not sure, but after this game, we will. We're going to pause another minute. I have to turn down the volume so our YouTube video does not get flagged. When they play music like this, it gets flagged and then gets hidden from certain parts of the country and other countries. So we'll turn down the volume so it doesn't get flagged. But we'll be back in about a minute to set the stage for you as they're getting ready to input the starters on the scoreboard. Russellville will be the visiting team. They'll get in and outs here officially. We'll be quiet for that, but we'll tell you that starting line will be the same as on Monday night. Marcella Solson, Zayden Williams, Caden Walton, Caleb Campbell, and Isaac Guillen will start for Russellville. Sylvan Hills will be the home team. They're going to start off Ryan Parham, Darius Folks, Keenan Morris, Ethan Jones, and Jalen Briscoe. But we'll let the official PA do it. Start it for you right now. Josh Hill, the coach for Sylvan Hills. It is his first season as head coach of the Bears, but he's been in their district for a while. He's been the head coach of the junior high for 10 years. Don't let that fool you, though. He's been coach at the high school level. In fact, Monday night, when they defeated Lisa Academy North, that was his 300th victory at coaching in high school. He used to coach at East Poinsett County, won 2 state championships, and was a runner-up coach there. And was at Sylvan Hills for the last decade, being their junior high head basketball coach, helping build the program. They're helping continue the program. At times they haven't had. And of course, they had a player play for Kentucky years ago. We're ready for a tip-off in the semifinal game. Winner goes to the title game on Saturday. Loser goes to the consolation game. Sylvan Hills winning the opening tip. Got a chance to watch the game before us a little bit. I don't know if it's translate to boys, but the officials let them play. It's the same officials that was doing the girls' game. They let them play quite a bit. It was a pretty physical game. So we'll see how both teams, if they do that, and how both teams adjust. Zayden Williams there with the rebound. Sylvan Hills playing an in-your-face man-to-man defense. That pass hit the bottom. They saved it right to us. Free 5-on-4. They reset the shot clock and should not have. I think they thought that hit the rim. It actually hit the bottom of the backboard. Didn't matter. They'll lob that one up, catch and shoot on the alley-oop, and we'll get a foul called on the Cyclones. Caden Walton is whistled for his first, and he's going to put them on the free throw line to try to draw the first point.
I know it's early in the game, but we really got to watch our fouls, make sure we don't get into any type of foul trouble.
We just watched Bryant girls come back and beat Westside. Bryant was behind by double digits early on in that game, fought back and actually took the lead before halftime, and it was back and forth in that game. Caden Walton. Sorry, check that Williams there. Looked like he drew some contact. He'll go out of bounds, he'll stay with us. He missed it earlier. Our girls played at 4 o'clock. They had brought the wrong jerseys. They had brought white, and Nettleton had brought white, so our girls were decked out in Vilonia practice gear. Practice tops, old game tops, and that's what they played in. I wonder if that counts as a loss for us or Vilonia since we weren't wearing the correct jersey. It's the second time they've reset the shot clock and shouldn't have. That one actually was blocked out of bounds. This is Caleb backing his way in. Boy, he is just a master there on the block, isn't he?
He is. He does that turnaround and takes a step toward the basket, and you just can't stop that.
I mentioned that Monday night. He did a drop step, and he kind of did that too with the little right foot, and just you pin your man without fouling him. Walton there with a rebound. Marcellus Olson will give it to Zayden, and they'll clear out that left side, but he's not going to go to work there. Caleb, long three. It's contested a little bit. There's Guillen with the rebound, an extra possession for the Cyclones. They're going to give Marcellus underneath. Pumped his man, got his man up in the air. That was a good shot, even though he missed it. You'll take those because you're going to make more of them than you're going to miss. They'll launch the three and rattle them home there. And Jalen Briscoe, the senior, getting the three. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Poked free. Well, he went for the dunk. He almost stuffed himself, but he did get it. Darius Folks there on the slam home. Boy, nice little fake and scoop up and underneath. Man, that's a nice move.
No, it is. He could do that all night long.
This is Folks being guarded by Marcellus Olson. Keenan Morris back right side, and three-pointer there by Ryan Parham. Better watch that. He did a little in-your-face gesture afterwards. Some officials will tee you up on that. And good job there by Caleb to tie it up. Russellville's going to get a bonus possession out of this. Jed Peters, a 6'3 sophomore, number 30, checks in. Number 13, Aiden Burrell, a 6'3 sophomore. They came in with 3 substitutions. They can't find the third one. There it is, 32, Ducey James, 6'3 junior. The Cyclones will counter with Talon Heinzman, number 5, in the game for the first time. It's Aiden Williams, and he's going to draw a foul immediately. I don't think Jed Peters is quick enough to stay with Zayden. I think they had switched off, and I wonder if they're going to keep that. They're going to keep him on there, but Peters knocking it away, but Cyclones get it back. Step back 3 for Williams. Blocked there by Zayden. We'll get the foul call. I think it's going to be on Zayden. It is. His first, team second. You listen to us Monday night. If you listened to us earlier tonight, I'm giving up on the scoreboard having anything having to do with correct fouls. They're still showing 0 fouls on Russellville, but that was 1 on Zayden, and Caden Walton has a foul. It's too early in the ball game to say this is important possession, but you just feel like Russellville, things aren't going their way early. Hard to get some offense going. You feel like they need something here. Heinzman with the offensive board. Campbell top of the key and in and out.
So close.
Yeah.
All of our three-pointers are just hitting the rim and bouncing off.
Whistle and a blocking foul. All right.
Well, I didn't see that
Yeah,
one.
I didn't either.
I mean, the guy lowered his shoulder and hit Campbell in the chest. I mean, yes, he's going to go down, and yes, it should have been a foul against the shooter.
Ducey James at the line to shoot 2. That's number 1 on Campbell. This is their 6th free throw. You wonder if that's a makeup call there, but it doesn't help. That's their 2nd, and both of them have been on Jed Peters. Zayden with the drive. He had the ball knocked away from him a little bit, and that's why there was no travel call. He was able to gather it up. There we go, Heinzman. Or does he want the 2-on-2? Marcellus all the way. Missed the layup there. Go back the other direction. That one's got to be. Okay, yeah, that one's got to be a charge. That's Folks. Darius Folks with the foul. Andre Lazic, number 15, the junior, will check in for the Cyclones, replacing Walton. Williams missing the three. Well, they're killing us on the boards, aren't they?
They are, offensive boards. We're not blocking them out.
Yeah, they're getting good position. They're not out jumping us for it. And Russellville wants to take a timeout. Minute 28 left to play here in the first quarter. So far in the first quarter, 3 points for Briscoe and Parham. They've hit threes for Sylvan Hills. 4 points for Folks and 3 points for James. Cyclones with just 6 points total. Campbell's got 4 and Williams has 2. Nobody in foul trouble on Russellville. Peters has 2 fouls, but he was off the bench player for Sylvan Hills.
Right now we're 0 for 6 from the three-point line, and again, we're just off a little, but we can't be moving to the left or right when we shoot that three. You got to go straight up. And I've watched a couple of our players, they're moving just a little as they're releasing the ball. Of course, it's going to go off.
Lazic gets it in to Olsen after the timeout. That's Peters with the interception. In the game during the timeout, Jones back in for Sylvan Hills. .13 seconds on the shot clock. Knocked away by Campbell, picked up by Talon. This is Lazic, and he's going to be fouled on his way to the basket. Ducey James his first. Zayden Williams catch and shoot, missing there. Blocked there by Campbell. Heinzman comes up with it. Shot clock is turned off. Talon wants to take it all the way, and we get a foul called on Talon. His first, team's fourth. Now run the clock down, play for the last second shot. There's a steal here by Lazic. Russellville can't score at the end of the first quarter. Well, maybe that was our cold quarter. Only 6 points for the Cyclones. 4 points for Campbell, 2 for Zayden Williams. Maybe that'll be it, and we'll heat up during the second quarter. Hope so.
Well, that was a beautiful block by Campbell.
It was.
Toward the end of that quarter.
Could have ended at points, but Cyclones trailing by 8. Nobody really in foul trouble for the Cyclones. Kind of makes me nervous when nobody's in foul trouble. I wonder what's going to happen. Sylvan Hills has only lost one game all year. They lost to a conference opponent for Russellville. They lost to Alma early in the year, 67-64. They beat Sheridan, who we played in our benefit game. They beat them by 15 points. Coach Chenault has not played Sylvan Hills as a coach. The last three matchups between these two teams have featured a different coach for Russellville each time. Cody Mann, Matt Hall, Kyle Pennington, they've all played against or coached against Sylvan Hills. And this is Coach Chenault's first shot at it. Campbell hits the three. Maybe that'll get us going. He's got 7. Well, I don't know who got the block there, Zayden or Campbell, but it was stolen back by the Bears. They'll miss the 3 there. Chasing it down is Guillen. Still got a dribble. Doesn't want to dribble there with the sideline right there and double team. Smart play. Gives it off to the ball handler. With Campbell and Olsen right back there. Campbell right side again. We'll miss that one. This is Folks. 16 seconds to shoot. Five seconds, 4 seconds. Cutting inside. Got a foul called on Guillen. This will be number 1 on Isaac.
I'd say that's a good foul. He was wide open underneath. We just couldn't let him have that easy shot.
Folks 2 of 2 from the free throw line this game. He's got 4 points for the Bears. I hated it because it came with under 2 seconds on the shot clock. Russellville played pretty good defense there for the majority of that possession. Offensive rebound for the Bears. That's swatted away by Isaac. They had Marcellus.
Did a good job throwing it off of him, out of bounds.
Yeah.
They had him trapped down there.
Probably don't need to say too much else about that. But we did get the ball. We did get possession there. Russellville with 13 seconds to shoot. Spin move there. Oh, they say he traveled. He didn't. The official out here, both officials underneath didn't call it. Official out there did. He didn't change pivot foot. He stepped with his left foot, stepped again with his left foot, but his right foot stayed right there. And what happened? Did we just get a warning? I think we just got a bench warning. But I think they missed that call. I really do. He had his right foot as his pivot foot. He stepped with the left foot, stepped further with the left foot, never picked it up. Looked funny, but I think that was the wrong call.
So you're saying the official called what he thought he saw?
Yeah. And they celebrate the missed dunk. And we got a jump ball call. And Sylvan Hills bench jumped up because he did grab the rim, but I think he was lost it or blocked, and Russellville's coming away with it. Well, they've had 2 attempted dunks, and they lost the ball on one, that one, and they stuffed themselves on the other one, hitting the front of the iron. And Russellville within 6. Walton, boy, what a soft touch the sophomore has.
Not much of a spin on the ball.
He cuts it to 4. "13 seconds to shoot." Russellville tying it up again. This one stays with Sylvan Hills, so the shot clock does not reset. So there's 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Heinzman coming in for the Cyclones. 2 substitutions coming in for Sylvan Hills, Burrell and Jones. Sylvan Hills with Hillside written across the front of their jersey. There's 6 seconds on the shot clock. And the inbounds pass is going to be intercepted by Heinzman. They'll slow it up. They'll set up their offense. Here's Walton on the right side. I'm sorry, that was Williams. There's Walton with the 3. Out of bounds, last touch. Ooh, by Russellville. And somebody's called a 30-second timeout. Not sure who yet, but we'll get the indication from the official. Sylvan Hills calls a 30-second timeout with 4:08 left to play in the first half. I mentioned that the last 3 meetings between these teams have featured different coaches for Russellville. The last one came in 2020. Kyle Pennington. Sylvan Hills won that game at Sylvan Hills 61-43. In fact, the last 3 meetings, Sylvan Hills won all 3. Back in 2015, they won in the finals of the Cyclone Classic over Matt Hall's Cyclones 68-58. And the year before that was Cody Mann's last year. That was the old Cyclone Gymnasium, and they beat Russellville in the first round of the Cyclone Classic, 51-44. Pull up 15-footer. In and out. There's Walton with the rebound. Zayden will bring it up the floor. Stop, boys. Right foot slipped out from underneath him, but he kept his left foot, the pivot foot.
An awkward shot, but it was a good shot.
Got to mop that up. Russellville within a bucket. 4 points for Zayden now. Boy, 2 Cyclones went for it. It was knocked away. Keenan Morris gets his first basket, and it's back to a 2-possession game. Olsen will launch the 3. Now there's Lee Marcellus, so wide open there on that. Straight up, good job there by Caleb Campbell. They can't call a foul if you're just straight up. They jumped right into him, got the block and the rebound. Zayden Williams, wow!
Right now he's getting the angle on the inside. Got his defender either behind him or to his side.
He just forced that one up. Oh, man, they found the backdoor cut against this Burrell with a bucket. We'd slowed down quite a bit. Now it's a back-and-forth pace. When that timeout happened, Sylvan Hills had only scored 1 point in the second quarter. Russellville's cut it to 2 a couple times here. Backdoor cut's not there. Campbell. Double teamed. Whistle foul on Sylvan Hills. It'll be the first foul called on the Bears. Their fans don't like it, but good grief, it's the first foul called on it. Burrell picks up the foul, and Russellville will inbound it underneath the basket. Heinzman will check out. Original starting 5 back on the floor for the Cyclones. Russellville's only played 7 in this game, with Lodzic and Heinzman. Zayden, the 15-footer, little fadeaway, and we're going to get a foul called on the Cyclones. This will be on Guillen, his second. Short on the shot. Marcellus, 2-on-1. All the way, reverse layup. You know, I think he was going to be fine with giving it back to Marcellus, but they didn't challenge him. They kept running down the middle, and now we have an official timeout for an injured player. And this is Urias Folks, and it's not a timeout, it's an injury timeout. So the official telling the teams to stay on the floor so they can get a substitution. And they're looking at Folks' left knee. And so right back to action. There we go. I was going to say, what's going to take to get the foul there? That'll be on number 10, Keenan Morris, because they're going to keep reaching if you don't. Like, if I can get away with this, I'll get away with a little more. Oh, we were trying to will that one in, weren't we?
We were. It hit the back of the rim, then the front of the rim. But a good drive by Marcellus.
23, Jalen Briscoe gets the foul, his first. Marcellus to the free throw line. This one's good coming into the game, 75% from the line this season.
That's our first free throw in this game.
It sure is. Coming with 58.7 seconds left here in the first half. Boy, loose basketball. Can we get it? I'm going to say white basketball. Out of control. They picked it up in the corner. Little floater. They had the rebound. We knocked it out of bounds. Fresh 35 as that shot hit the rim. Catch and shoot on the three. Well, I hope they don't get hot from the outside. You know what? They're getting some open looks. We lost it out of bounds. That's the second time we've lost the rebound because the same team battling for it. You don't realize sometimes you're looking up at the basketball. You just see hands and arms. You don't know who they belong to. Two-second difference between shot clock and the game clock. Okay, we got a foul called. I didn't see enough contact, but trying to see who the foul was called on. Is that on Caleb?
I don't know, but the outside official was the one who made the call again. The official underneath, the other one didn't see it.
Sorry, it is going to be on Caleb. That'll be his second. Three-point play for Morris. Cyclones will have it here with 2 seconds left. We've come into the first half. Not a great offensive half for the Cyclones, but they did battle to stay close enough. Trail by 4 here at the half. We're going to step away for a couple minutes as we'll do some totaling for you and then come back with first half stats and thoughts. Earlier today, the Lady Cyclones lost their matchup with Nettleton. They lost 63-55. Jasmine Garcia with 24 points in the game. Lizzie Harrison, a career-high 9 points. 7 points for Chloe Gardner. 5 points each for McKinley Walls and Kyra White. 4 points for Anaya Stashwick, 1 point for Kylie White. Russellville battled foul trouble the entire game. They had Garcia with 2 and Kyra White with 3, all in the first quarter. Nobody fouled out for Russellville, but they battled that the entire way. They were looking at 11-0 start by Nettleton and then score the next 13 points to take a 13-11 lead. They did not lead past the first quarter, but kept it close, ended up losing by 8. They'll play at 10 o'clock on Saturday in one of the consolation games. They'll play the loser of Mountain View and Lakeside, which will be at 4 o'clock tomorrow. So after that one, we'll know who the Lady Cyclones will play, but we do know they'll play at 10 o'clock on Saturday here in the third and final day. I shouldn't say third and final day because it stretched out over 5 days, but the third and final game of the V-Town Showdown. This is semifinal. The winner goes to the championship game at 8 o'clock Saturday night. The loser will play at 5:20 on Saturday. Win or lose, the Cyclones will play the winner or loser of Valley View and the host team, Vilonia. Vilonia's boys and girls are in the semifinals. They both play tomorrow night, so we're playing on the off nights. That's always good because you don't have to deal with the home crowd. You never know how they're going to treat Russellville because we used to be big-time conference foes. And there's some battles here and at Cyclone Arena between the two boys' teams especially. Josh Hill in his first season, he knew, though, about it because he would come and help out a little bit. He was the junior high coach at Sylvan Hills for 10 years, but this is his first season as the head coach. Last year, Sylvan Hills was 18-11. They lost in the second round playoffs to Marion, 54-50. They did beat Farmington in the first round, which was a big upset. Maybe not for them, but remember Farmington, they were the conference champs in the 5A West and ousted in the first round to Sylvan Hills. A lot of people were hoping Sylvan Hills would win Friday night on the football field to get a shot at Greenwood on Saturday, but they were upset by Shiloh Christian. So in the 6A West, or sorry, not the 6A West, the 6A, I might as well say 6A West, the 6A State Football Championship, it's going to be a 6A West matchup, a rematch between the top two teams, Greenwood and Shiloh Christian. That'll be on Saturday at War Memorial Stadium. Somebody just made a half-court shot, but you shoot enough of them, some of them are going to go in. Give you the stats for the first half. Russellville has trailed pretty much the whole game. They trailed by 8 at the end of the first quarter, trailed by 4 here at the half. For Sylvan Hills, they were led by Keenan Morris, who ended up with 6 points. They have scoring spread out. They've got 6 players who have scored 5 points for Folks. and 3 points for James Briscoe and Parham, and then 2 points for Aiden Burrell. For the Cyclones, they were led by Zayden Williams, who had 8 points in the first half, 7 points for Caleb Campbell, 2 points for Caden Walton, and 1 point for Marcellus Olson. A couple players in a little bit of foul trouble, not much for Russellville. Caleb Campbell and Isaac Ian each with 2 fouls in that first half. Nobody really in foul trouble for Sylvan Hills except for Jeb Peters. He's got 2, but he's a bench player. He came off the bench. He's not really a force and did not score in that first half. What's your thoughts of the first half?
Well, we're a little cold as far as shooting. We're only 1 of 3 from the well, no, I take that back. We're 1 of 8 from the three-point line and 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. We're playing good defense. There's been a couple of times that they've got a man underneath the basket and we lost track of him and he scored, but overall I think we're playing good. We're going to have to take some more shots from the outside and have them make good shots. That first quarter we were 0 of 6 from the three-point line, and we ended up in the second quarter 1 of 3, so we're 1 of 9. We're a better shooting team than that, and I think we'll see that in this second half. But we have really got to tighten our defense. They're getting too many shots underneath the basket that are wide open.
Yeah, they are, and it seemed like that's been the story from the very beginning. They were missing some threes and then getting the rebound right underneath the basket. And again, not out jumping us. They just had good position. It's seemingly from the very beginning in that first half.
Now, we've done good in that second half. We only had 6 points in that first quarter. We scored 18. They had 14 points in that first quarter. They've only got 22 now, so we outscored them in that second quarter. So our defense is doing better, but they've had, like I say, they had too many shots underneath the basket that were uncontested.
If you want to watch the Cyclones live and in person, you'll get your chance on Tuesday as both the boys and girls will actually play at Cyclone Arena against Greenbrier, a former conference foe for both teams. And so that'll be Tuesday night at Cyclone Arena. And then the boys and girls will split. Next week, the girls will go to West Memphis to play a tournament. The boys will play in that Arvest Classic in Rogers. They played that the last few years. I think it's 7 of the last 8 years. Maybe it's 6 of the last 7 years. And they've won it a couple times, and it's a classic. So there's 2 different tournaments going on, 2 different classics going on. Rogers hosts one, and Rogers Heritage hosts the other. But they play all the games at one of the other schools. Last year they played it at Rogers High School, so this year they'll play it at Heritage High School. And so the Cyclones will play Nixa out of Missouri. They'll play Heritage. And they'll get to see Mountain Home up there, but they'll be on the other side. So they play Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday. And so that's always an exciting tournament, especially when you play teams from out of state. I always think that's fun. They played Parkview, Missouri the last couple of years, and that's always kind of been interesting to play against other teams from other states. Kind of neat. And the kids really like it. They like getting away from Russellville, and good, thank you. Getting away from Russellville a little bit, and hanging out with each other. Good downtime, a lot, and always seems to be a good thing to play other teams and kind of teamwork and all that kind of stuff. And it's something just about it when you get to go on the road with your teammates, kind of hang a little bit, especially in the non-conference season. And they'll get that chance. The girls will too. I think theirs is a 2-day tournament at West Memphis. Friday and Saturday. That's all next week. But again, Tuesday night at Cyclone Arena, both teams will host Greenbrier. They're getting ready to do some kung fu fighting here. We got a minute left until the second half starts. Russellville will get the basketball and to start the second half. And Russellville's only gone 7 deep here in this game. I think they're going to start off with the initial starting lineup. I was checking to see who was sitting down, and it does look like it. I think Marcellus is standing up, which may be sometimes an indication that he's not starting. Usually your starting 5 will actually sit down. And we'll see as they break the huddle. No, it is going to be Marcellus. Maybe he's just standing up to the side of the coach. Let's turn you down a little bit. I know you were eating there. They're giving out free hot dogs here. It's always good when you get the last game of the day because they'll hand out some free food at the end and hand out hot dogs and popcorn. And I think they're waiting on the clock to get set because it shows 2.8 seconds here in the Vilonia arena. I don't know if they call this a gym or arena, but Zayden Williams, left side three. There's a rebound by Isaac. Lost it trying to turn around. Russellville got the offensive rebound, but unable to do anything with it. He traveled. Yep. Did a little hop and then two-step.
Well, that middle's wide open right now.
It is. We've kind of cleared it out here. Caleb in the corner. Caden Walton missed the three, and only one shot at it that time. This is Folks will give it off on the drive. High off the glass. There for Briscoe. He's got 5. They're slowly extending their lead. Russellville turning the ball over. 3-on-2. Thought Folks was going to do a step back three there. Going to give it off to Parham. Now here's Folks in the corner. It's the tip top of the backboard. Russellville has not scored here in the first minute 36. We have substitution coming in for the Cyclones. Heinzman will replace Isaac. And Talon all the way. There's a soft touch for you, too.
Very good drive.
And Talon's first bucket. Lob it underneath Jones. He's going to be fouled before the shot on the pass. That's going to be on Marcellus, I believe. That'll be his first. Coach Hill's upset. He's wanting an and one, but we had a pretty good angle at it. The foul actually did happen on the catch, not the shot. Jones off the inbounds pass. Ethan Jones scores from inside, back to a 6-point lead for Hillside. Olsen was hobbling a little bit on the drive. No look pass underneath there to Caleb. He pumped it. He was waiting to see if somebody behind him and got up in the air or not. And so a assist by Marcellus, but you can see he's hurting a little bit. He's coming off there after the timeout. Well, timeout called by Sylvan Hills as Cyclones have cut it to 4 once again. Campbell, after the assist by Marcellus Olsen, with 9 points. (26-22). Russellville just really needs a defensive stop. It keeps seesawing between 6 points and 4 points right now. We get a foul on the Cyclones. Andre Lazic Morris to the free throw line to shoot 2.
That's our first free throw in the second half.
Isaac again, he'll check in, replacing Lazic. Hits that one. That's his first made free throw in 5 attempts. Heinzman without a dribble. Walton, nice crossover dribble there by Williams, and we got a foul underneath. This will be the first foul called on Sylvan Hills. Be on Parham, I believe. Yeah, Ryan Parham is first, and team's first. He's going to the line, Zayden is, to shoot 2. His first free throws of the night, 69% on the season. He's got the most attempts of anybody on the year. 9 points now after that made free throw. He's averaging 18 a game. Cyclones right there, just need a stop. Marcellus knocks it away out of bounds. It stays with the Bears, and shot clock at 20.
Marcellus has quick hands, I tell you.
Yeah. Well, he knocked it away, and before it went out of bounds, he'd already released down the floor, too. And he's just quick all the way around. 3-pointer, no good. Long rebound, straight back to Parham. In the corner, open look there for Morris. They're going to save it, and tipped out by Zayden, but straight to Parham. Ball just not finding the Cyclones, and really didn't do anything wrong on that one. You know, we had blocked people out. It's just the way the ball bounced, and that one, that's the second time this quarter it's gone, hit the top of the backboard. Zayden will pass on the 3. Heinzman won't. Left side, missed the 3. Isaac tried to save it in bounds, but Caleb was also there, but he was out of bounds. A couple Sylvan Hills players had checked out, and both of them were walking down to the bench, but they were staying on the floor, so we had to wait for them to officially get out of bounds. One of the players come in with Ducey James. There's the drive, nice little scoop shot there by Morris. He's got 9 points. It's back to a 2-possession game. Block there, and Sylvan Hills pushing it down the floor. This is Folks backing up, setting a screen. It's 15 feet away. I'm shocked that he didn't pull the trigger on that. He'd rather the 3. That's why. He takes a lot of threes, and that's his first one made, and Russellville wants to take a timeout. It's up to an 8-point lead. And this matches their largest lead of the game. They led by 8 at the end of the first quarter. They lead here with 3:02 left to play in the third.
Yeah, Coach Chenault had to take that timeout just to stop the bleeding.
I don't think I'm in sync with the guy that has the playlist here in Vilonia, Arkansas. We don't seem to have the same taste. After that timeout by Russellville, both teams with 3 timeouts left. Zayden Williams, the open 3, and Sylvan Hills the rebound. We hope you don't feel like it's slipping away a little bit for Russellville. We have an offensive foul. There we go. I don't know if they're trying to set a screen or what, but they pushed a player. They pushed Isaac out of bounds.
You know, we're just not hitting our threes. We're 1 of 12 right now. And that's not the Cyclones.
And James is the one that picked up that foul, number 32. That's his second. Zayden Williams with the drive. Zayden's got 12. Take some twos until we heat up from the outside. Oh, come on. Watch that. I guarantee you we'll go back and watch that. The player started to fall down before there was contact. I don't really want to get on the officials, but I think the player there sold that contact when there wasn't anything there. That's number 2 on Zayden Williams. If you're watching, rewind it just a few seconds. I guarantee you after the missed 15-footer, he started to fall before there was contact. First free throw is good for Folks.
We'll give that guy an Oscar then.
Yeah. Yeah, it worked. 9 points for Folks. Now 10. He's in double figures. Back to an 8-point advantage once again. Caleb, open look there, short on it. Sylvan Hills the rebound. All the way for Folks. He switched hands for some reason. He didn't need to. Goes out of bounds, and we have substitution coming in for the Cyclones. Heinzman will check in, replacing Guillen.
I really thought our player got pushed down, pushed out of bounds, but apparently no call.
Get a foul there. That'll be third on Ducey James. Not anybody we care about getting fouled out. James is just with 3 points in the game. Peters had gotten that defensive rebound. He pushed Caleb a little bit while the ball was about to hit the iron to get that defensive board. Williams gets a defensive rebound here. That's not a walk. You can switch pivot foot, or you can pick up your pivot foot as long as you pass or shoot. A lot of people don't realize that. Their coach, Josh Hill, doesn't realize it either. You pick up your pivot foot, you either can pass or shoot, you just can't dribble. Nice move there by Zayden. Also nice that he knows the rules. He's going to the free throw line for the and one. And that's the 4th foul on Ducey James. I learned that little nugget from Kent Talent. Five-point lead. Cyclones applying pressure in the backcourt a little bit. It was just unexpected by Sylvan Hills, and they had not started the shot clock. They're still stuck at 35. Coach Hill said I had a 3-on-1. We didn't have quite a 3-on-1, you know, but wasn't quite. They still have it 35. I think I think ball was inbounded with 59 seconds left, and I don't know, they're moving it down 7 seconds. I don't think it was that much, but we'll take it. It's 28 seconds on the shot clock now.
It's not started.
Yeah, it's still not started. Still having issues. They've run 3 seconds off the clock, and they actually reset it back to 35 now. Putting it back at 28 and back at 58. It's been hard for us to keep track of where the clock is because of that. Step back 3. Out of bounds. They may heat up from three-point line, but they can't be shooting a very good percentage.
No, they're not.
They may heat up in the fourth quarter. But
they're 1 of 8 in this third quarter.
That's helped. Zayden Williams for 3. A great time for his first 3 of the game. And Russellville right back in it. Shot clock is off. This is Burrell needing some help to Parham. Inside, Jones was wide open, and he missed the shot underneath. He didn't realize where he was. He was underneath the rim. He was wide open. Oh, look at that little fancy pass. Caleb Campbell all the way. Missed the shot. Rebound, Sylvan Hills. We've come to the end of the third quarter. Russellville has pulled within 2 thanks to a three-pointer by Zayden Williams. After 3, 34-32 is our score. Sylvan Hills will have it to start the fourth quarter. Russellville within 2. And it's a turnover, unforced error. Lazic ties the game.
Boy, the guy he was throwing it to wasn't even looking that way.
No, he wasn't. Well, it felt like that Georgetown, North Carolina game. They threw it right to, James Worthy years ago. All tipped around. Come on, Andre has it. Forcing it a little bit. Heinzman, he's got the angle. A shot blocked, though, out of bounds, and I think that's off us. It is. Russellville missed the golden opportunity to take the lead there in transition. Just couldn't get the shot to go down. Talon the rebound. Three-pointer missed. Tipped around. Can we grab it? Jump ball. That belongs to Russellville, it should. The possession arrow shows Sylvan Hills, but they got it to start the fourth quarter. It should be ours. They never did change the arrow.
No.
You see the arrow there showing Sylvan Hills basketball, but they got it to start the
one
fourth
referee's
quarter.
pointing Russellville.
Yeah, they know. You're supposed to keep that. In fact, if you watch a lot of refs, they'll actually keep like a coin or something in their pocket, and they'll switch it after every jump ball. That helps them remember. Now, the shot clock does not reset, so Russellville with 8 seconds on the shot clock here. Another substitution for Sylvan Hills they're allowing to come in. They have 6 players on the court. One's getting off, and now they're switching him back in. I think he had blood on his arm or something. They took him out and put him back in. I didn't think that was legal. Maybe if it is with the cut, they'll allow that. I thought you had to sit out for at least 1 second. This has allowed Russellville surely to know that, hey, there's 8 seconds on the shot clock. Catch and shoot for Caleb Campbell.
It's close.
Yeah, it was. Cyclones still can't get over the hump, but they do tie the game. Had a couple possessions to try to do something with it. Backdoor cut, beautiful pass, and they blew the layup. They lost it on the rebound. Very fortunate there. Olsen in transition. Caleb, left side. Three-pointer won't go. Lazic, the rebound underneath. Andre Lazic with 6:09 left to play. Here in the game, the Cyclones have taken the lead. And with timeout called by Hillside.
Well, Andre has made his presence known since he's been in there.
And now wait a minute. They're saying.
Wait a minute. What are they doing?
Oh, they're saying 30 seconds, so I have to stay on the floor. I don't know why he was blowing his whistle, though. So 30-second timeout, you're not allowed to sit down. You have to stand up on the floor, keep your starters on the floor, huddle around them if you want to. But, yeah, Lazic, 4 points all here in the fourth quarter. He's given the Cyclones their first lead since the first quarter. And the offensive rebound to go with it. You know, sometimes the threes don't fall, but you can do stuff like that, you'll be fine getting back into it. Russellville had played a couple games without Andre the week before Thanksgiving, or the week of Thanksgiving, because of an injury. He played a little Monday. You could tell he was still hampered by it a little bit. Had heavy wrap on. Sylvan Hills now, after that timeout, has 2 timeouts left. Russellville with 3. And tied back up. That lead was short-lived. Let's see if we can get another one here. High off the glass, doesn't get the bounce. Sylvan Hills the rebound. Off the drive. And Sylvan Hills takes the lead back. That'll be on Caleb Campbell, his third. He didn't think he was near the play. He's asking, are you sure it was me?
Well, again, the outside official is the one who made the call.
I think he was saying, hey, I wasn't the one. Russellville, his defense, they're outnumbered here on the lane. And they're going to give up the offensive rebound underneath. I think that was miscommunication. Russellville only had 2 people on the defensive side. Underneath the lane, they were mismatched, a 3-on-2, and that led to an extra 2 points for Sylvan Hills. Miscommunication, I think, who should have been on the lane there. the Cyclones. Sometimes you have that in transition and substitution. And Cyclones, after taking a 2-point lead, have seen the lead quickly go away as Sylvan Hills scored the last 6. Now both teams with 2 timeouts left. Maybe the timeout will have the same effect. Russellville took a 36-34 lead. Sylvan Hills took timeout, and they scored the next 6 points. Russellville with the turnover here. And they get it back, they do. In transition, 3-on-3. Heinzman lost the basketball. They'll stay here. Williams can't hit the pull-up. Blocking foul called. That'll be the first foul called on Sylvan Hills. That'll be on number 0, Parham, just his second. And are they shooting? Are they pointing? I thought he was pointing on the floor. He is pointing on the floor. Catch and shoot from 18. Zayden has 19 points in the game. He's averaging 18, so that'll help a little. Step back for Folks, missed the 3. And they're going to call Lazic? No. He didn't touch him. That can't be Lazic, can it? Caleb Campbell? Okay, all right. I was watching Lazic, and I knew he didn't make any contact, but Campbell, that's his 4th. You got to be careful. Got 4 minutes left. I honestly wasn't looking at Campbell. I don't know what happened there. Hit the 15-footer. Folks has 6 points here in the 4th. Jones the rebound for the Bears. And Jed Peters with his first bucket of the game. He was calling for it earlier than that. Russellville cut it to 2. It's the last 4 points. And for Sylvan Hills. Taken away there by Folks. Peters from the corner. Jed Peters hits the 3, and the Cyclones want another timeout. Starting to slip away a little bit for Russellville. They cut it to 2. The last 7 points by Sylvan Hills. They lead it by 9 with 2:47 left. Russellville with one timeout left. Since taking the lead, the Cyclones are suffering through a 13-2 run by Sylvan Hills.
What they're doing is limiting the Cyclones to one shot. We're just not getting any offensive rebounds.
Yeah, the Cyclones are getting some two-point shots. They're just not falling. And
no,
I think they're skittish on taking some threes because they haven't hit. But they're getting some looks from 15 in. Missed the three, but he got fouled. And Jones is going to be whistled for his first personal. It's the second foul called on Sylvan Hills. Campbell going to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Averaging 12 points a game. He's got 9. He's in double figures. He was in double figures Monday night, scoring 14 in the win against Clinton. It's all three. Well, he's averaging 92% from the line on the season. That's going to help there, 3 of 3. He'll miss the 2. Lazic the rebound, dribbling in transition, but nobody back there. And they'll throw it away. He's trying to kick it out. Was it tipped? I think it was by Jones. And yeah, they do give it to us. Cyclones with one timeout left. Sylvan Hills with 2. Caleb for 3. No. He's just got one made 3, and I think we've only hit 2 this entire game.
That's right.
Yeah. Zayden hit 1 in the third quarter. Caleb hit 1 in the second quarter. That'll be on Heinzman, his second, team's third. It's not a bad thing if you think that eventually you might have to put him on the free throw line. You got to get to 5. So get a foul there early in the shot clock so it doesn't just kill you to give him another 35. Shot clock's at 17. Don't really want to commit a foul here. Now it's 6 seconds. He didn't want to give up 2 either, though. Jones got that. He's got 6. It's an 8-point lead. Cyclones may need some threes, and that's the problem. They just have been cold tonight as a team. Here's a drive by Williams, no good. The follow won't go, but Campbell's fouled. That'll be the third team foul on Sylvan Hills. And that's on Jones, his second. Both fouls coming here in the fourth quarter. And that'll put Caleb on the free throw line again. Missed that one. It's just our third missed free throw as a team tonight. We're shooting 77% coming into the game. Makes 1 of 2. Russellville within 7. And check foul called there. And that'll be on Olson. Again, doesn't hurt you. It's early on, and that's the 4th-team foul. And now we have a timeout called by Sylvan Hills. Hard to believe early in this quarter, Russellville had taken the lead. They'd fought all the way back. Led 36-34. It was a timeout by Sylvan Hills. They came out, scored 6 straight points before we called a timeout. And they built up that lead. It got up to 9 points. It's sitting at 7 right now. The Cyclones committing that foul. So the next one, if they want to put Sylvan Hills on the free throw line to extend it, they can. Chasing with 2, and now a whistle and a foul. And if this is on Caleb, he's fouled out. We'll see who it's called on. I believe it will be. That is his 5th, and so he'll foul out with 13 points. I said 5th, but they haven't. He gets 60 seconds to sub him out. That was on him, but I still go back to I think it's his 3rd that they called on the wrong person. Lazic will come in replacing Caleb. It's the first time he's fouled out, I think, this year. They put Folks on the free throw line. He's 5 of 7, and he'll get to shoot 2. He's been their go-to guy. Tonight, he's the only player for Sylvan Hills in double figures. 17, waiting on this one. Make it 18. 9-point lead. Lazic with a reverse layup. Russellville calls their last timeout here. Andre with 6 points all here in the 4th quarter. He's the one that gave Russellville that brief lead at 36-34 on the offensive putback.
He's done a good job coming off the bench and made his presence known.
Yeah. 37.3 seconds left to go. Russellville trailing by 7. Russellville out of timeouts. Sylvan Hills with 1 left. They put a little bit more time on the clock, put 38.8. Cyclones chasing the basketball, getting the foul there. They're going to extend the game. I like this. Don't quit. I just hated that who we fouled is Andreas Folks, who doesn't seem to miss. He's missed 2 free throws in reality, but
I agree with you. I like to see him foul very quickly.
Yeah, but he's 7 of 9.
Yeah, wrong person.
But he's the one that got the basketball. Sometimes you don't have a choice. That's the 3rd foul on Heinzman. Folks now with 19. Missed that one. Heinzman the rebound. Cowan misses that one, and whistle and the foul in the backcourt. I'm surprised that Sylvan Hills was challenging that, because if he gets fouled, especially if he makes it, stops the clock, and you don't want the other team shooting free throws when they're behind, because that's a way they can score without the clock moving. That foul called on Andre Lazic. That's his 2nd. And it sends Keenan Morris to the free throw line. He's the one you want to foul, and he may make this one. That's okay, but he is 1 of 6 now from the line. Missed that one. 1 of 7. That's the guy you put on the line if it's a close game late. Marcellus Olsen's first bucket of the game. He's got 3 points. Errant throw. The Cyclones are going to come up with this one. Marcellus all the way. Missing the layup. Rebound. Russellville comes up with it, but that's the end of the basketball game. The Cyclones see an end to their 3-game losing streak. They battled hard, but ended up losing this one by a score of 52-46. Give us just a moment. We'll do some totaling for you and then do a quick little post-game wrap-up. Okay, we'll do a quick wrap-up for you here. Folks led the way for Sylvan Hills with 19 points. He was the only Bear in double figures. 9 points for Keenan Morris. 6 points for Ethan Jones and 5 each for Briscoe and Peters. For the Russellville Cyclones, they were led by Zayden Williams, who had 19 points tonight. Caleb Campbell fouled out, but not before he scored 13. 6 points for Andre Lazic. 3 points for Marcellus Olsen and 2 points each for Talon Heinzman and Caden Walton. Cyclones lose it here by a score of 52-46. Sylvan Hills improves to 6-1 on the season. They've now won 5 games in a row. We said that Russellville season into this 3-game winning streak. They fall to 3-2 on the season. We know our girls will play at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. We know the boys now will play in third-place game. We don't know who they're going to play yet. That will be determined on tomorrow. But we know they'll play at 5:20 p.m. here on Saturday. Your thoughts?
Well, I think as our shooting hurt us, outside shooting, we just couldn't get anything to drop. We were 2 of 20 from the three-point line. That is not the way the Cyclones shoot. It's just an off night. You have those, you accept it, and then try not to repeat it the next game. You get it out of your head. We were 8 of 10 from the charity stripe, which was very good. But the outside shooting, and I think also the Bears limited us to 1 shot. That hurt. We couldn't get any offensive rebounds. The second thing is we let the Bears on the inside in the lane, and they got some easy shots underneath that basket. So just a combination of different things. But I think the big thing was our outside shooting just wasn't there.
Yeah, this didn't fall. And at times when you look at it, you saw that percentage. Maybe it's amazing that we only lost by 6. But we do know the Russellville Cyclones will play in a third-place game at 5:20 tomorrow. They'll play the loser of Vilonia and Valley View. That will be at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll let you know on our Facebook page who the Cyclones will be playing. We appreciate you joining us tonight for Lady Cyclone basketball. Lady Cyclones lost earlier 63-55. The boys lose it here by a score of 52-46. For Aaron Duval, I'm Mickey Duval saying to you, good night, God bless, and thank you, Tony Basil.